Hey, yo, guys, what's up, everyone? Welcome to a very special kind of video. This is Karishkur here, and yeah, this time we're gonna do things completely, like, totally different from what we've been doing usually. And as you can see, the title of this video, you will see it. The title of this video is related to the shadow, and it says like shadow denial or denying the shadow until it's too late, repressing the shadow until it's too late. Because at one point, I think you can get to a point where you're too used to a front that you're putting, when you're way too used to a certain pattern that you have, that you think it becomes normal, that you think it becomes the norm, and that this is the way, when in reality it's not. So in order to combat this, I just decided to let some metal play in the background because, well, I want to make it clear that the type of music that I like and that the type of the music that I listen to is metal. And also in regards to metal, I wish I could say all these things that I want to say through music, or to compose a song, or to to create music and say what I want to say, but we're gonna do it differently. And also, what I want to do is I want to say hello. I want to show my face, I want to show who Mangudai Karishkur actually is. And today I kind of got into my Mangudai outfit a little bit because what I want to talk about is I think the identification with Mangudai, because I think some of you guys are also super interested and super into Mongol culture, Mongol cavalry culture, and admit it, you have some things that you like about Mongols. You kind of resonate. Your shadow maybe resonates with the Mongolness, and I want to talk about this today as well. Let's also stop the music for now. And there are like many things that I want to talk about, but the reason why I'm doing this video is the fact that for such a long time with the channel, I felt like I was like putting a front. Maybe you know the feeling where you're like recording something or making videos, or just doing something, but you don't understand why. You don't fully understand why you're doing that certain thing. And for me, this Mangudai Karishkur channel, the 100 videos that I posted, initially, when I started the channel, I actually wanted to practice my speaking skills. I wanted to practice my online presence. I wanted to have like a YouTube channel based on something that I like, which is Mongols, cavalry, Age of Empires, strategy, and kind of show like a fraction of who I am. And I think it has been a success. But at the same time, I realized that I fell into some of my patterns, my personal patterns, like overcompensating, trying too hard. Because at one point, I really felt like I was trying too hard to play the perfect game, to play the perfect match, to explain the perfect strategy. And it was so frustrating for me that I felt like I was alienating myself through this channel. And I don't want to say that I haven't gotten many good things out of the channel, because many of you guys, you opened up conversations about very interesting things, and I feel like I met interesting people, or that I interacted with interesting people through this channel, because I felt like I wanted to build up an online presence. Nonetheless, the post that I made yesterday, by the way, I got this one very close from where I live here in Romania. I live close to a flea market, and I found it for a pretty good price, and it looked very Mongol, the felt hat. And this is why I'm wearing it, because today I'm digging into this Mangudai energy. In the back, you can also see my bow, This is this is my preferred weapon. This is my weapon of choice. You can even see some arrows that I fletched myself. You can see the guitar that I really like to play and to express myself or to discover myself through. So yeah, this you kind of get a grasp on what I'm up to. Yeah, at the same time, I really feel like I want to express some things because I kind of repressed them. And shadow repression until it's too late. I don't want it to be too late, but I really felt like with this fake front, I really felt like I was repressing parts of me. And I also mentioned in the post yesterday that I've been also going through alcohol withdrawal 2 years ago, and I also went through like smoking. I used to smoke lots of cigarettes. I used to chase pleasure. I used to chase like lots of crazy stuff. And I couldn't really be present with myself. And maybe you know this when you're gaming a lot, where you're like seeking pleasure, where you're like not focused on yourself, not focused on your body. And I realized that I cannot lie to myself anymore. And 1 week ago, I quit nicotine. And this is very interesting because the withdrawal of nicotine after smoking for 15 years was so hard. It hit me so hard. I was super angry 4 days in a row. Like 4 days in a row, I was angry. I couldn't sleep. The past few nights, I slept maybe 5 hours per night. Previous night, like 2 nights ago, I slept 2 hours and I had to sleep like during the day for 2 hours. Like I was going crazy. I really felt like I was going crazy. And I don't want to, I don't want to sugarcoat anything, but the things that I'm going through are very similar and very intense to BPD. So there are like BPD-like symptoms, the alcohol abuse that I went through, the repression of the shadow, the putting the fake front, and that's also like something narcissistic, which is something I really gotten used to. I know from my past, I've really had lots of interactions with narcissistic people, and I really grow up like this, I really grow up like this in an environment where I had to put on a front, perform in order to be like applauded, and it really gotten into my brain so crazily. And this is why I had these issues with alcohol abuse, because I really had to repress this. I repressed my shadow, and 2 nights ago, my shadow came back. My shadow came to me, and it's very crazy. It's not crazy. I don't wanna say it's crazy. But I really want you guys to judge and tell me, okay, is this like exaggerated? Because this is why I feel like I want to talk about it. Is this exaggerated? Am I putting it into words that are hard to grasp? Please help me out, because this is why I'm recording this. I really want to calibrate my reality to the reality of other people, because this is something I have been avoiding for such a long time. I avoided people. I didn't want to show who I am. I didn't want to express myself properly, and yeah, now I'm here. So maybe you guys know the episode from Cyberpunk 2077 where you play as like some random guy, and then you get shot in the head, you get revived, but then there is like something wrong with your memory. You have like a virus in your memory, and you have this interaction with your shadow, with Keanu Reeves. I don't know what the name of the character was. Maybe John Wick something. Yeah, Johnny. Yeah. Okay, so you get visited by Johnny, and then Johnny tells you, "Oh man, God knows how much time we have left to live, and we really have to get stuff going, like in a very selfless way." The character is like, am I going to die? Can I save myself? Can I, like, I don't know, preserve myself? Like, he's in a state of anxiety. I don't want to die. I want to self-preserve, and I want to be okay. I want to tell my parents that I love them and stuff like that. And then Johnny comes and says, whatever, man. Don't, life is fleeting. We have to do stuff. We have to get stuff going. We have to bring out a message and bring it across. And That's super important. Yeah, so there are many things that I want to talk about. And this series of videos, it's gonna be a series of videos. And I'm also, during the series, I'm also going to play from my Smurf account. Hate me, love me, I don't care. You know, Mongol players are very toxic. And I also want to dig through this toxicity. I want to play from my Smurf account. And I don't want to play super focused or invested. I really just want to take it slow. I really want to take it slow. I want to play chill. But while we play, I also want to keep on talking about what we are going through. So yeah, let's go. Let's open up Age of Empires and see what we're going through. Yeah, the reason why I have never played with camera Age of Empires 4 is the fact that when I play, I get super invested, like I'm super into it, and I forget to breathe, I forget to focus on myself, like that's how hard I'm performing. And the fact that I have my camera turned on will allow me to focus on myself, focus on my breathing. Maybe you guys know, maybe you guys also get like super emotional, because many of you guys told me, yeah, I feel like I have to perform when I'm playing ranked, or I feel like I'm under pressure. And then I realized, well, the thing that is happening is we don't allow ourselves to breathe. We put indeed a lot of pressure on ourselves. We put a lot of pressure on ourselves. So yeah, I'm playing from my Smurf account. 1993. Now you have some info about me. I'm also very reserved on telling stuff about me. So I'm like, I don't want to tell you guys I'm 32 years old. I'm going to be 32 years old in a few days. In a few days, yeah. I'm also sticking to my goal that I want to keep Conqueror in my main account, Karışkır, because Karışkır is like very symbolic for this Mangudiness. Yeah. I want to keep on talking about identity because in the correlation to BPD, identity is very important, because this identity of Mangudai has been some sort of my shadow. And for example, archery has really helped me calibrate my anger, my aggression. I'm going to dig deeper and deeper into these topics. So yeah, the more we play, the more I'm gonna talk about these things. But I'm going to play Platinum, but we're going to talk about our topics. We're going to allow our opponent to exist, because the thing that I was doing previously is I never allowed my opponent to exist. I would make horsemen go all in. And this is something I really gotten used to when I was drinking, you know, make horsemen go all in, you know, just be super aggressive. Like, I was playing like an aggressive drinker. It's very funny. It's very funny how I did things, and I always felt like people don't notice it, or people notice it but they don't know what's kind of weird, you know. They don't understand what's weird about my approach. And I really want to change my approach. I want to take things slow. I want to lower my anxiety. God, I so dislike this map. But at the same time, you know, I want to interact with you guys. And please tell me if there are some things that I've said that you kind of relate to. Just let me know if I'm going way too deep into something, or if I'm just brushing a surface without going deeper into it. I wanna talk about these things and yeah, see where they go. So yeah. French. And I'm gonna focus on breathing. Usually I make funny faces when I play Age of Empires, and it's because I'm not breathing. So I'm gonna be very meditative right now. No stress, yeah. So yeah, what I want to do is I want to avoid making funny faces. Like, as cringe as it sounds, I do have strong ADHD symptoms, and that means I usually make funny faces. I usually use my face, my mouth, kind of overcompensate, so to say. Ooh, nice, I got that sheep. Yeah, yeah. Let's get that sheep. Gonna go in the back, yeah. Gonna go on his side. Okay. Yeah, so like I said, usually I played Age of Empires and I wanted to show you guys. I really wanted to teach you guys how it works. And this is also like a professional bias, because I don't know if I said it at the beginning of this video, but professionally I'm a German language teacher, and even at my job recently, you know, I also teach from home, so I teach from here. This is like my office. This is where I work. But the problem was that even when like recently, when I started to go into the lessons, I felt like, okay, I need to perform again. I always have to go somewhere and perform and be someone who I am or am not, whatever. But it was always like not in concordance with who I was and what I feel and how I feel. And I felt like I was, you know, I was not living correctly. And it really infuriated me feeling like this. The thing is, I also need to get gold. I can actually get these things here. Like this. Come on. Will you die? Please die already. Come on. One more. Okay. If I had stopped making villagers, that would have been bad, but it didn't happen. So let's go and take this one. We're going to need it. I don't want to stress my opponent because I'm playing Platinum, so now I also have to be decent. But he does have a lot of shit. So we might have to go on to our deer very soon. Okay. Let's get some more on wood. Okay. Nice. Look. This is something that always has to be scouted. Now he's probably going to make his knight. But our advantage is having harassed him a little bit here. And we can also make our menu die very soon. And yeah, okay, so yeah, there we go. Let's see. We're going to use our usual build order, so nothing too different from what I'm normally doing. Yeah, let's just poke him a little bit, huh? This is how we want to do it. And we also want to make sure we don't get hit here. Okay, we're just gonna smoothly follow our build order and see how we can expand on what we are doing. Maybe we can get another hit. Maybe we can also get another blacksmith. And for now, I think we're okay. Yeah, I was just trying to reflect what I've been talking about for now. Yeah, shadow and stuff like that. So, you know, usually when I realize that things don't go my way, I would just get angry and yeah, that would be it, you know. But now I just want to make things differently. We just want to play here. Just want to play and talk about stuff that is interesting. Nothing too crazy. I want to save this Megiddo. Need more cache. Okay, let's also make another production building. Let's do this. Very soon we have to get the wheelbarrow, so I'll never forget the wheelbarrow. And then maybe we should also focus on getting to the next stage. Because usually when I was like playing and I would get super intense, I would just, you know, Control A all units. Control A all units and send them somewhere without even looking what kind of units I had. That was really bad. And yeah, not scouting the map, not scouting what was happening. And honestly, I really like just sending horses across the map. I have to say that. I really like that. And I think this is why I like Age of Empires so much, is, you know, just sending horses across the map. There is something incredibly awesome about doing that. And I also think that I have to go to the next stage. Yes, this is what we're going to do. So yeah. I want to play this game differently. I don't want to play it the way I would play it before, like Control A, press F1, select all production buildings. I'm going to select archery range and put it here. This one is also really good. I'm gonna make sure that we see what our opponent is doing. And I think this is good. Yeah. Oops. I also need to get that. It's here. Okay, now we can take this, put it here. I want to make sure that my villagers don't get stuck in anything, you know? And yeah. So, like I said, you know, so many times when I was playing this game, I realized that, whoop, I'm just forcing myself to make tutorials. Like, that's how it felt, you know? It felt like I was forcing myself to make a tutorial, to show something to you guys, and it was annoying, you know. And I really have to say, yeah, through the job, you know, just being on camera, showing what I'm doing, yada yada, I felt like this was normality, you know, just like something, do something, show how you're doing it, and then you're satisfied, which is not true. This is really not true. This is really not the way. Okay, we're getting ready. Getting ready to advance. Okay, he's already next stage. And yeah, let's do this. Come on, faster. We need more on gold, I think. This is the thing. 7 on gold is not always enough. Okay, what is happening here? Oh, good. Also, I'm not going to stop playing on my main channel, but I'm not going to do this now because my priorities are like really different. I just want to go. I just want to play on this channel. So yeah. Okay. Yeah, and by channel I mean. I'm going to take all these fishing. Also, I didn't have any. I didn't have a blacksmith. Okay, we're just harassing him. That's what we're doing. Yes. So, yeah, why I'm playing Smurf is because, yeah, you know, sometimes when you put pressure on yourself, stuff goes like properly. You know, stuff is going right. But the effort you need to put and the amount you need to invest to make it work is not worthwhile, and it's actually just doing it wrong instead of doing it right. I mean, it's like a fast way out. It's like a ticket. It's like a fast ticket to, you know, an easier way of doing something that is a little bit more challenging. I don't know how to explain it. I hope it makes sense the way I put it. That's why I'm very interested right now in just playing Age of Empires, but smoothly, you know, without the stress. Is because I want to feel the game, you know. I just want to feel the game. But my opponent currently, he is not, you know, he is not making units, and I just want to smash into his cavalry units. He doesn't you know, he just doesn't allow me to do that. Yeah, what else? What else did I want to say? I also wanted to say that I've been playing games like Valheim and Age of Empires 4 just to, you know, just to find myself. I really felt like this kind of stuff really helped me find myself, and I always had like lots of joy in playing these games alone, because by playing alone, I felt like I had my own intimacy, like my own space, and I was also thinking about you know, making a Valheim no map run and stuff like that. That is also something that I was interested in doing. I'm going to get this one because I want to torch him down very soon. Yeah, and I use these games, I play these games just to find myself. Age of Empires, you know, I relate to cavalry, sending cavalry across the map. There is like a philosophy in archery, in horse archery, and I posted that video of me practicing horse archery, and yeah, that's something I totally relate to, and that's something I totally relate to. And if I had the opportunity, if I had the money, if I had the possibility, I would do it all over again. And I would even make videos of, you know, how to practice horse archery. Okay, we also need to do this. We also need to do that. I'm just getting stuck in this, you know, in talking and explaining again. I don't want to talk. I don't want to explain. I want to just talk about the things that are relevant, the topics that I approached, and stick to that. See where it goes. Yeah, he's only building crossbowmen. Okay. So let's do it like this. Okay, he's here. Yeah, let's beat him. Let's beat him. I've played against players in Platinum that were pretty good. Let's do this. Yeah. Okay. And I also make like, you know, oh, I always make funny faces when I do this. According to what is happening on the map, very funny, actually. Mangudai is still here. I'm also trying not to use Control A move anymore. Yeah. And why I felt like Age of Empires was a good form of self-expression for me is also, you know, I really try to control myself from certain things. I haven't treated my shadow correctly, and you know, I've always been angry. I've always avoided people, and for example, even during my lessons at work, you know, I want to be there, but I don't want to be there at the same time. It's very strange. Yeah. You can't allow him to do that. Yeah. Okay. Let's keep on harassing here. So, yeah, why I'm saying the things about my job is, yeah, I kind of feel the same about my job as well. That I have to be there. I have to put a front, and I've always tried to correct it, but that meant like trying to feel comfortable and trying to feel right in my own body, and that also felt super hard. And this is the reason why I also mentioned like quitting alcohol, quitting nicotine, is that I'm stripping myself off of these stimuli. I'm not smoking, I'm not drinking, I'm not doing anything. And then by doing this, I realized that the only thing I have left is myself and that feeling that I have, you know, like the background feeling. And why I also said BPD-like symptoms is the fact that I feel so intensely. Sometimes the feelings that I go through are so intense. Maybe it's also compensation for the fact that I haven't allowed myself to be properly for so long, and now I'm trying to catch up, and I feel like I want to say so many things. I feel like I want to do so many things, you know, just to compensate for what I have not done up until this point. I hope it makes sense for you guys. But it's very complex how I put it inside my head. And also I'm not doing I'm not doing these videos because I want to complain or I need advice or I need clarity, because I really think I understand myself fairly well. I just feel like I need a place where I can express all these things. And yeah, like I said, the only place where I know that I can post a video or I can do something or I can say something where more than 5 people listen to me and like they want to hear or they don't want to hear what I have to say is here. And that's super strange, because I created a channel where I'm playing Age of Empires and it's just part of who I am, and there are like people who listen to me, and yeah, whenever I post a video, they kind of look at it, they listen to it, and I feel like, okay, by just talking about Age of Empires, I'm closing off like the other spectrum of issues that human beings might have, if that makes sense. Because yeah, it's complex. The way I put it is maybe a little bit complex. Yeah, and identity repression means also, yeah, not allowing yourself to be. I want to avoid that. I want to avoid that. Okay, we're going to wait until this guy attacks us, until this guy is done. So yeah, also the difficulty that I'm going through right now is this insane monk mode that I feel like I'm putting myself through, because it is like not drinking, not smoking, not doing like these things that give you instant gratification that you got used to. That also means that you always have to stuff yourself with new things, and this is what made me feel like, damn, I'm in chaos, I'm in a big mess, because I don't know what to do with my time, with the time that I got. I don't know what to do with the things that I have, and it's like I don't really know myself, and I don't wanna. So besides BPD, there is also this NPD thing, yeah, like narcissism. Because, like I said, I have been used to this idea of narcissism wherever I went. You know, I attracted lots of narcissistic people, and it also made me think about things. You know, how people express themselves. Because so many people they overqualify themselves. They always feel like they know more stuff than they do. And I always believed them. I had like bad friends, you know, and I always thought that due to the fact that they were so confident in what they said, I always believed that they spoke true. And, you know, just because I thought these things, you know, I had this instinct of drinking, of being, you know, social, of haha, trying to fit in, trying to integrate. And I repressed my shadows, because many times, you know, when I was speaking to friends and they would say something that was stupid, I would kind of shut down myself, you know. I would say, okay, you know, it's not fair if I judge this person. It's not fair if I don't give this person credibility. And I really shut myself out for nothing just because I didn't want to provoke other people. And this is, you know, there is like a few days ago, I felt so frustrated. I felt so frustrated because I did this. I felt so frustrated because I repressed myself that, you know, my shadow just popped out and there was like this Johnny inside of me. And it's funny because this Johnny that I'm talking about is like a typical Romanian. How to put it? Like my Johnny is a typical Romanian. It's like a typical Romanian guy who is like, he's not very nice. You know, my Johnny is not very nice. That's for sure. And he's super judgmental. And sometimes I really told myself, yeah, I shouldn't be so judgmental. I shouldn't be so judgmental. I should accept other people and all that. And then I realized, you know, that by trying to accept other people, I was just trying to normalize what other people did. And I actually considered many things wrong that other people did. I don't know how to put it differently. Maybe it makes sense for you guys, but I know it's a bit complex. I know it's a bit complicated, but I really need to express these things. I really need to express these things. I don't know how to put them into words properly right now, but I really need to express these things. And even with Age of Empires, you know, I got so overwhelmed by my shadow, because this is where this channel started. There were so many people online who said, Horseman Rush is bad, don't do Horseman Rush. I always believed that Horseman Rush was cool, you know, and I really wanted to make this channel just to show that Horseman Rush was cool, that it works, that it's efficient, that it's good, that it's okay. And now I'm getting to a point where I'm actually, you know, low on military. I need to destroy this castle. Like, stuff is, you know, stuff is happening here and I'm not paying attention. Yeah. It's all good. Let's not allow these villagers to attack. Yeah, I think we need to find some villagers there. Yeah, and this is why I'm angry, you know, and this is why I said that I don't feel myself, I don't feel right. It's because I had this moment where, you know, these days my shadow was talking to me and it was telling me, hey man, you know, you're just repressing yourself. And then I realized that I'm actually super judgmental and I'm very judgy with people in general, and I shut myself down so many times, and now I'm left empty somehow, that I didn't allow myself to be nasty with other people. And then I realized by not allowing myself to be nasty with other people, I fell into very bad friendships. I fell into very bad relationships. And maybe 2 years ago, when I started this channel, I was in I was in a toxic relationship with someone I really liked, and I wasn't paying attention to myself at that moment. Yeah, I wasn't paying attention to myself. I was playing Age of Empires because I was trying to escape the feelings that I had during that period. But it helped me a lot, you know? There were so many things that were happening, and like, I was going through these things, and I would just go back home and play Age of Empires and spill out my shadow. And this was like 2 years ago when I started this channel. I started this channel because I really needed a place where I could feel myself, where I could feel like, you know, what I'm saying makes sense. And it really helped me. Okay, I think now we can actually attack. So yeah, like I said, this channel really helped me be myself. This channel, or at least to try to find like a direction for myself. And now I don't know, you know, I don't really know what to do. I just know that I really need to be in my monk mode. Oh, fuck, you know, and this is stupid. This is really stupid. And yeah, also what's happening is people tell me a lot of times, people tell me that I shouldn't be so judgmental with myself, and I say, yeah, okay, that makes a lot of sense. Not to be judgmental with myself, but you know, since I always want to overperform, I feel like it's very hard not to judge myself, if that makes sense. And I'm also just focusing on this stupid castle. And I realized that I've lost all my siege units, which is also really bad. I need to mass up units. What am I doing here, guys? You know, I'm just focused on speaking. I'm just focused on talking. And it's the same thing, you know? Always just performing. Always just performing. Yeah, and I really want to heal these things. I really want to heal these things. And that's why I'm, you know, like coming out. That's why I'm talking, you know? That's why I'm saying these things, you know? I find it so hard to tell people, you know, look how I feel. You know, I feel messy. I feel like I'm a total mess. I don't feel like saying it. I'd much rather just pretend that there is nothing wrong with me, that there is nothing going through me, just to, you know, just to not show myself. Same thing with my job, you know, I have to be present, I have to turn on the camera and be here and be chill and so, but I kind of dislike myself so much, or I dislike the way I function so much, because people have always told me, yeah, you know, you shouldn't be like this, you shouldn't be like that. They interfered with my super ego for so long that that I actually forgot how nice it is to just be, you know, to just exist. I don't want this guy to kill my siege again. You know, this game is funny. It's because I'm making siege and I'm just losing all my siege. It's so silly, you know. Yeah. Yeah. What can I say? You know, and I really want to do so many things. Like, Age of Empires is just, it's just something. It's just something. It's just a small thing. So, honestly, guys, you know, I think it's okay to make a channel about, you know, about Age of Empires. It's okay to do whatever. But what is the most annoying is self-repression. Yeah, not allowing yourself to be. And damn, guys, I haven't allowed myself to be for so many years. Like, I'm 32, and I feel like, you know, I just 1 year ago I started living, or it's like I have lived only half of my life properly. Like, I was in a dissociated state for such a long time. It's really bad. Okay. Yeah, we need to get stuff going here. We really need to get stuff going. Yeah. you know, this is the type of game that previously, maybe a few months ago, when I was still playing and recording and trying to show off and stuff like that, it's the type of game that I wouldn't even show, you know? I would just record it and I would keep it in my saved games just because I didn't want to show people that I'm so bad that I can't even finish the siege properly. And it's because I didn't wanna show that, you know, I make these stupid mistakes. Like, oh yeah, I don't want people to see it. I don't want people to know it. I don't want people to realize that, you know, I'm worse than I pretend to be. And yeah, like I said, you know, I told you guys my experience with narcissism. And you know, if you grow up around such people, you end up doing the same things unless you decide to look in yourself, unless you decide to look inward and listen to your shadow. I also want to say that in the past 5-6 years, I was still drinking, I was still going through intense stuff. I came across this idea of integrating the shadow. And it started to become very important for me because I never really wanted to be like the people that mistreated me. So I tried to avoid doing these things that others did with me. I tried to not be like that. I always told myself, yeah, okay, it's super bad, you know, to show pride. It's super bad to pretend like you're better than others. It's super bad. And many people also told me this. Yeah, you know, you should never have like superiority complexes. And you know, people are like, yeah, okay, it's only good if I do it, but if someone else does it, if someone else, you know, kind of, you know, enforces his truth, it's not good, you know. And I realize for so long I've been living under a rock. And only by making this channel, I came to the conclusion, man, I really want to fix these issues that I discovered that I have. It's hard, but I want to do it. And I'm going to be in big trouble because this guy is getting his, yeah, he's getting his landmark off. Hey, this I did it. But okay. What else do we have to do here? Because I don't understand. Let's torch down that. Yeah. He doesn't have much stuff left, I'm sure of that. Yeah. So let's see. So if any of you guys relate to what I'm saying, yeah, that just let me know if this is something that you're going through as well. For me, it's like a purpose to get better. I don't know. Now that I've went full-on monk mode, I feel like this is the only way. Like, I can lie to myself for some time and say that, no, GG, everything is good, this game was perfect, and then, you know, reality hits at one point. Yeah. This is what it is. We actually won this platinum game. Whoa, you know, Conqueror me having difficulties in platinum. But it was a fun game. At the same time, I didn't even realize that he was doing this. I didn't even realize that he was doing this. I was kind of aware that he might have some mills inside the back of his base. It's not nice of me being a smurf, I know, but I feel like I talked about quite some stuff in this video. God, I hope you guys are okay with me sharing so much. But like I said, I'm going to make this, I'm going to turn this into a series of maybe 5, 6, 7, I don't know how many videos, where I'm, you know, the things that I started talking about right now, I'm going to go more into depth as we go, like 7 layers of depth. It's going to be psychological. It's going to involve history. It's going to involve identity and many things related to this. So I'm going to go philosophical. Like I said, I teach German. I like German literature. I like European philosophy. I like, the idea of religion and exploring religions. I'm from Romania and I like society. I like Europe. There are many things that I'm fascinated about, and I feel like sharing these things with you. So if you're open to this, please let me know in the comments, or just state your opinion. Just tell me how you feel. Tell me if you have just noticed these things about me, or if there is like anything that speaks to you. That would be cool to understand. So I would like to understand your perspective as well. So like I said, the reason why I'm doing these videos is, I don't want to go crazy, or if I'm going crazy, just let me know. And if I'm going crazy, you can witness me going crazy. But what I'm actually trying to do is not to go mad, and go through this process by letting people know, hey, I'm integrating my shadow. There are like many things I'm understanding. You guys have seen me. You guys know what I'm talking about, although you don't realize it to the extent that I do. But just stick with me. This is kind of my point. And at the same time, if you guys relate to any of the things that I'm talking about, that would be cool as well. So yeah, I guess this is the GG. Next time we're trying to make this a little bit better. And yeah, let's see you in the next one. Thanks for listening, and yeah, have a good day. Bye bye.